Alright, today we're going to go back into smartART and we're going to choose a different type of smartART graphic. What I have chosen here for us to work on is a half circle organization chart. It is in, when you go to smartART, it is in the hierarchy section, which means there it has like a father, a parent, son, so it kind of goes downward and they kind of relate to each other. And I chose this one, which is the half circle organizational chart. With that, I lost my thing. Anyway, we're going to create this. It's used to show hierarchical information or putting relationships in an organization. The assistant shapes and organization chart hanging layouts are available with this layout. Learn more about smartART graphics. So in here we want to learn today, or we want to organize our thoughts, insert ribbon. We've been working on the things that we can insert. Well, we're going to add those today. So what's the first thing that we can insert? Well, we can insert pictures. We can insert shapes. We can insert smartART. We can insert videos. We can insert, is there something else? Tables. Okay. Now, I don't know what this is. In pictures, we can have two different things, right? We can have, let's go to demote, because it's going to follow underneath pictures. We can have online pictures. We can have our own file pictures. We can have clip art. So not just pictures, but also clip art. Sometimes they separate them, and in this case, they're kind of going together. So shapes, we're going to hit shapes. What kind of shapes did we deal with? So we have the demote. Under shapes, we had the rectangle. We had the different geometrical figures, and we also had the math symbols. Remember, that was the other day. That's all under shapes. Under smartART, we have done, go to demote, we have done the process where we did the timeline, and we also did the hierarchy, which is what we're doing right now. Now, under process, we can actually put another subgroup. Go to demote again, and under process, we can put in. Hold on. Under process, we can put in timeline because we worked on the timeline. Okay. On videos, we can go to ones that are already recorded, like YouTube.com. We can go anyway online videos. We can have one that we created our own. Okay. Under tables, we can draw a table. It's kind of free for all, or we can set columns and rows, and we can also adjust as we go, columns and rows. Okay. Is there something else that we have inserted from the insert menu? That's a lot of stuff. I'm going to take a pause and see if there's something we're missing. Hold on. There is one thing we're missing that we brought up on Friday. So let's hit Enter key. we need to go back to the format menu. We're going to promote it because it should be even with tables, and that is word art. I don't always think about inserting word art because I think that word art's part of the document, but it is part of the document, but it's something that you have to insert. Okay, so you use the same options once you insert it. So now we have a really nice hierarchy organizational chart. However, it's very small and it's not going to be good for my audience. You're my audience. I want to make sure that you can read it and that you can use it as a resource when you do the test. So how can I change it? If we go up to page layouts, there's a section that we have not talked about, and that is orientation. Now, when you've printed things, you might have come across this. The page orientation is either a portrait or a landscape. Now, Miss Flynn calls, I don't know what she calls a hot dog and a taco, I think. That's what you used to use in junior high. So if it's a hot dog, it's a portrait, which is what we always have. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, if it's the standard one when you first open the document, it is always the hot dog, the tall one. But if we want to change it, in this case we want to change it, we're going to make it a landscape or a taco, kind of going sideways. So if we look at this, we're going to make it smaller so we can see the whole page at one time. We have a lot more free space because this hierarchy organizational chart goes horizontal. So we need to make our paper horizontal instead of vertical. So now we're going to grab the edges, the what called handles, and maneuver it. We need to save something for the margins, but this will be good for right now. Now before I forget it, one of the things that we also have inserted, or we need to insert, is a page border. So let me go do that right now. Insert page border. It's not there. Where's page border? Well, page border is under design, and page border is all the way on this far side. So we go to page border. No matter what I've done on the page, basically we can add a page border. I want to add a 3D one. I want it to be, let's see, let's make it hot red. Let's make it a little bit thicker, and then I want to change the look of that. Let me make it like that. Now this is not too hard to do. We can always pick like pictures, graphics, but in this case I think this will be cool. Okay, so we go to OK. So that's kind of our page border. The page border makes everything neat, and it draws the eyes inside the document. So the page border really enhances the eye-appealing effect of a document, and it makes it look like it's complete and finished. Alright, so if we look at the page border and we look at where our picture is sitting, we kind of want to make sure it's in the middle of all that. So we can make sure we're in the middle of all that. We bring these out just a little bit more, and we're okay. Once I go too big, then I've got to move it a little bit sometimes. So you kind of got to work with that a little bit. And it doesn't want to go. I think I haven't changed the layout. So we go to layout. I didn't change it yet. So we're going to go behind. Okay, so we're at the layout options. I've done this already. We need to change between decks. If I click out of there, then I should be able to maneuver this easier. See, remember, I did on a video you haven't seen probably yet, but basically when we start moving things around, if the layout option isn't set for one of these choices, it seems to be harder to move it around. Now there's times that we don't want it behind text, we don't want it in front of text, but when we're looking for a way to move the object around, this makes it much simpler. Okay, so even though it's small right now, it really is one page. So if we go back up, we can see that it really is pretty big. All right, now we don't have a lot of color, so we can go up to the format menu and we can start playing with that. So Under the format menu, I want, you know what, I'm going to go to the design first. So we've changed this, we fixed this design, we like this design. Let's go to the colors. Do we want different colors? Do we want a stronger accent? I really like anything I like. I kind of like the blue or kind of like the black. Let's try this. And then let's try some changes up. Zip, I lost it. Try some of these. Oh yeah, that doesn't make it better at all. So, and sometimes it makes it, oh, that's not too bad. Sometimes it makes it really cool and sometimes not so much. And that's where you need to decide who your audience is, what's the purpose of your document, what are you trying to come across, and how is it going to come across the best. A lot of times I like this angle thing, but if you can't read it, you know, it's not going to